Well, I'm glad I'm talking to you guys today and not yesterday. So, it's 12 days off. Boy, that's really detrimental to your preparation now. It set us way, way back. Obviously, we talked about Tuesday being a struggle. Yesterday was a tremendous struggle with the added heat, and then we were in shoulder pads. But really, I thought the kids pushed yesterday, but it's just going from 0 to 60 kind of deal. Today came out, I thought that they pushed much better. Thought they handled the heat a lot better. I thought we had a very solid practice. Loved the edge that our offense played with today. I kind of dug in a couple of the coaches in the staff meeting this morning, and how that goes. It rolls downhill. So the kids really responded this afternoon. Just loved their aggressiveness, and I liked the way we finished practice. In the heat, a lot of energy during our team period. It's going to continue to get us better. But boy, we are absolutely starting from scratch. Those 12 days off just really. It's like anything else. We got out of rhythm. You're having to reteach everything, reinstall everything from the very beginning. So, we're having to work our tails off right now.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions for Coach Houston.
Coach, when you talk about starting from scratch, is that with conditioning and with offense, defense, and everything?
Yeah, conditioning. You're starting all over because – you've lost all that we gained there in July and early August, and then install wise, especially on the defensive side of the ball, new system, a lot of young kids, a lot of first year players. It's some of that stuff. It's like they never learned it in the first place kind of deal. So it's not surprising, but it's really. We're having to really take time, just really teach and reinstall everything from the very beginning.
Coach, given where you guys are and having to restart, do you feel like it's pretty safe to assume there won't be a game scheduled for the 19th at this point?
I think for a couple of reasons. I think one, the 12 days off, I think it'd be very challenging to get ready for the 19th. But two, all those guys that are out are still out. And they're, it's going to be a while before they're all cleared to come back. Our medical staff does a great job. They're very conservative. They follow every protocol is followed to the T. And it just, when you go into quarantine or if you test positive, I know they say 14 days or 10 days, but the return to play protocol and then, just slowly working them back in, it takes a long time to get those guys back. So, it's going to be a while before we're back to full steam.
Coach, how much recall did the offense come back with in the last day or two here from what they do remember?
Better. I think a lot better than the other side, and I think that's because of experience. You have so many players back in the same system, same scheme, and so, those guys really have their rhythm. But, it's really executed well today. He really played well. I thought Holton handled everything well today. Today was a big third down day, so he was seeing a lot of pressure, a lot of different looks from the defense. I thought he handled it very well, got the ball out of his hand quick, and then, those receivers and backs continue to do what they do. So,
Coach, I wanted to ask you, as far as recruiting is concerned, I know you can't talk about commits, but how proud of you of Coach Mines and the coaching staff? I know he's a recruiting coordinator. For a job well done, considering all that you guys go through normally, but now add COVID to it.
Yeah, it's, we've talked many times, what that takes away from us here at East Carolina, just because, facilities and campus is just so incredible when you can get kids here so they can see the difference in what we have to offer and what some other schools have to offer. And so I think that even more, is just a great job by Coach Mines, by our entire staff. Really excited about the kids we have committed. Should have another one here in the next day or so. Just really liking how this class is coming together.
Coach, you mentioned the other day about the first FCS game and how you had heard some stories about that. You don't play for 3 weeks. Will you use your contacts and reach out to to different coaches and not only watch games, but reach out to guys who have played about how they've handled the after effect and testing and recovering from a game. Is that something you plan on doing or you could use resources with?
Yeah, I mean, and I think the other thing is just how they're handling everything that you don't see. How they're handling the last 24 hours before kickoff, how they're handling, the morning of the game, how they're handling the sidelines, the lack of having fans in the stands. I think there's so much that's just so foreign to all of us. We've got to learn from each other. And we're fortunate there are some games that are going to be played before us.
Coach, I know Travion missed some time early in camp. Is he back now? And if so, how is he looking?
He is back. I think he's looking very good considering how young he is. Had an okay day today, has had some really good days. Has obviously the athleticism that you saw in him coming out of high school, still learning how to play in the interior. But in time, he's going to be a really good player for us.
Coach, what's your schedule as far as the rest of this week and then the start of next week, as far as what you guys are going to be doing when you're having a day off and then going through trying to get to scrimmage number 3?
Right. Well, we'll practice tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll go Saturday morning. Saturday morning is not going to be a full-scale scrimmage like we've had a couple Saturdays here because I just don't think we're ready for that just yet. But it is going to be a very competitive practice. We do have an officiating crew here for that. We're going to have some live special teams work. We're going to have a couple of live segments during practice, have some simulations of situations in games. They're going to be very competitive, atmosphere for those. And so Saturday will be a big day for us. Looking at Sunday, Monday, one of those 2 days will be an off day. The other day will be a practice day. I'll be able to spend a lot of time with the film from Saturday, really kind of regroup going into next week. And then next week, we want to treat it kind of like a game week and hopefully have, ready to have a really competitive scrimmage at the end of next week to kind of finish off what we typically call fall camp. It's 2 weeks out from kickoff.
On the positive front for this week, has there been any position groups that you have noticed have picked things up and been energetic or kind of been smooth this week, compared to maybe others?
Well, I think there's several, and some have been groups and some have been individuals. I mean, I think our running back room, you just have a tremendous amount of competition. If one guy has a bad day, I promise you somebody else is going to have a great day. So it's really, it's made it to where you've got to bring it every single day in that room, because if you don't bring it, you're going to stick out or not stick out while others do. And pleased with our older guys, pleased with our younger guys. And the other thing that depth in that room is allowing us to do is get those guys more involved in special teams. So I think that group has had a very solid week so far. I think individually on the defensive side of the ball, our 2 inside linebackers that have the most experience there, Xavier Smith and Bruce Bivens. I think they continue to improve every day. Aaron Ramsour continues to come along. So I'm pleased with that little group right there. And then Jaquan McMillan has had just a really a fantastic week this week, really competing at a high level every day. I think maybe one other guy that I think, and sometimes you hesitate to pat a guy on the back, but I think he deserves it just from all the work I've seen him put in, and it's really showing up on the practice field, is Audi Amatosho. Really competing at a very high level, working very, very hard. Really excited for him. I want to see him take that to game day this year.
Coach, you mentioned those running backs. Ideally, would you like to have a rotation of 3 on game day, or kind of what are you looking at there as far as numbers?
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want 3. You look back to 16 when I don't know how many, we ran for 4,000 yards or something like that year. And, we had 2,000-yard rushers and another kid that ran for, like 900. So you'd like to have that 3-headed monster where you have guys that you can keep fresh right there. That's ideal. I think we got the opportunity to possibly have that this year.
Okay, are there any other questions for Coach Houston this afternoon? Okay, Coach, thank you for your time.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, just one last
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
Uh,
Okay.
Kind of wondered how the players reacted to no fans that first game. I mean, I know it's happened elsewhere, but what do you think that will be like? And has there been any discussion on that?
Well, I try to always make sure that the kids know, stuff like that before it comes out publicly. So, we told the kids, first, and they're disappointed. I don't think it was a shock to them. They knew that was a possibility. We're still hopeful that maybe the governor might change his mind a little bit and at least allow families in the stands. I'm very hopeful for that. You got a 50,000 seat stadium. I'm pretty sure we can socially distance, a few hundred people. So hopefully we can have that opportunity.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks a lot. You guys have a good evening.
You too, sir.